Card, I'd like to direct your attention to the rafters of my office in my basement.
I'm sorry, what?
You are now part of the banner raising ceremony. The 2025 Wolverine Deacon champions, my Michigan Wolverines. Please applaud me as I take this moment in. We only hang the important banners here in Ann Arbor, and the Wolverine Deacon Championship means a lot to me, man. 85 to 84, Michigan wins in overtime, avoiding disaster. Jokes aside, of course, that was a joke. There's a lot of really, really concerning things that come out of this for me. I'll talk through them all. There's also some pretty amazing, eye-popping things that come out of this. Like, what the hell did a Daimara just do? Oh
Hmm.
my God. We'll talk through it all, but let me throw it to you first. Would you like to congratulate me for winning the Wolverine Deacon Championship?
Yeah, look, I mean, we all know in the history of this challenge, which I think is going on year two, it's a battle every time
Mhm.
Forbes and the Wolverines meet up. You know it's going to be a battle no matter where it's played. They're going to bite the floor. They're going to make it happen. Guys are going to play above their level when that Wolverine and Deacon challenge logo is on the court. And I thought you saw that in this basketball game, truly.
Yeah, and would like to make one point of clarification extremely clear. Last year, just Wake Forest versus Michigan. This year, the Wolverine Deacon Championship. In my opinion, the inaugural Wolverine Deacon Championship. So, yeah, a lot of programs sitting here today without a Wolverine Deacon Championship under their belt. That's tough. Would hate that to be me. But my Wolverines are 2-0. And I can't believe there's actually a logo for that. That poor graphic designer that had to make the Wolverine Deacon Championship logo put it on the court. Ridiculous. Anyways, that is my new bit though. Anytime I win any meaningless game that's worth a banner, I will be hanging a tiny banner in the wall behind me. So hopefully there's many more of those to come for Dusty May. Where do you want to start with this, my friend? I feel like with Michigan, it's almost better if you guide into what you think the takeaways are from this game and I can react to them.
Huh. I mean, I feel like the only spot we should start is, well, obviously, well, are we still, oh, no, because Michigan won. We start with the team that won, which was Michigan in overtime. And I think we got to start with the player that costs more money than anybody in the portal.
Oh, so we're starting negative.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
And
fine
then
with that.
end, I feel like ending positive would be good.
That's fine. That's fine.
Are you okay with that? I want you in a spot that you feel good.
It's fine. You can lead. I'm fine. I mean, the
Okay.
story of this game was largely negative, so yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Before I start here, is Yaxel hurt?
He might be.
Okay.
I don't know.
I will put a little asterisk next to everything that's about to be said right now then. There's not shooting well, Greg. There's moments where you like let down. But I think you put it quite simply and well here. That was a lackadaisical, disengaged, unacceptable performance from a player of Yaxel's talent level and also a player that has a price tag that Yaxel has in a game that your team almost lost and very easily could have lost. In a game where you were essentially benched for good reason because you were hurting your team. It was a unacceptable performance from a player of Yaxel Lendeberg's caliber.
One of the more unacceptable performances I think I've ever seen from a player. And listen, it does me no pleasure to say this at all. But I also do really pride myself on coming here and evaluating honestly. I'm worried. I'm very worried about everything from Yaxel in this game. And I've been trying to wrap my brain around like what's the why behind it. There is a possibility he's hurt. He had the hand thing or whatever last game, but he made all his shots last game and looked a lot more engaged, was flying around defensively at times and involved a lot more. In this game, there's a couple things I could pinpoint that might have contributed to it. He might not be 100%. I'm not going to make excuses for him, though. Here's the simple reality of this. And I think it's both an unfortunate and a fortunate reality of the current day and age of college basketball. It's highly publicized what guys are making. It's highly publicized what teams are making. I mean, there are millions, plural, attached to Yaxel Lendeborg to be at Michigan and not in the NBA right now. It's new, right? This is all relatively new. Really, in the last year is when this stuff really went public. You cannot be paid what he's paid and play like that. Can't happen ever again. If it does happen again, like it's not crazy to think he's just gonna like he was benched in this game. I don't think Dusty May is going to tolerate this. And honestly, I have some things I disagreed with that Dusty did in this game. Benching Yaxel Lendeborg is maybe the thing I was most appreciative of from Dusty May in this game because I actually think that took some gusto. I don't think there are too many head coaches in America that would know what Yaxel is getting paid. And in the final 4 minutes of a game, you're down 7, stick him on the bench.
Hmm.
And ultimately, Carr, I'm not giving Dusty credit for the comeback, but it worked. It worked. Roddy Gale injected some life into this team and hit a big shot. Roddy Gale, the guy who won you a tournament game last year after all the ups and downs he had. So I think there's quite a few things for Yaxel to answer. He better answer them. He has to answer them. If he doesn't, what we think his role is going to be on this team is going to completely change. And I'll be honest, I am very concerned about it because, number one, the eye test tells me we should be very concerned about it. In this game, all he did was stand in the corner. Now, part of that might have been by design, and I have some questions for Dusty on that. But defensively, he was a disaster. I thought he lost on every effort hustle play there was that he could have made. He normally makes a few of those. Like he's an aggressive basketball player. There was nothing aggressive about this performance whatsoever, other than every time he touched the ball in the corner, it was going up. And his shot looked terrible. So if this is a sign of things to come, it ain't going to last long. They will not tolerate this from him. He did not help the team. But I quite frankly can't believe this happened. This is not the guy we saw through exhibitions. This is not the guy we saw in game one. This is certainly not the guy at UAB last year. This is not the guy that got $4 million to turn down the NBA to be here. And I know I'm going long-winded on it, but like I'm trying to cover this as broadly and complexly as I can because I think it's complex. Going back to the summer, the reports weren't great on this, right?
Hmm.
There was, well, he's a big game guy. That inherently means he's not a practice guy. And I don't think he has the best practice habits from what I've heard. I think he's kind of just billed as a total goofball. So spent $4 million on a goofball that just blatantly played like he didn't want to be there in a game we almost lost to a Wake Forest program that hasn't made the NCAA tournament under this coach, led by Miles Colvin.
Right. In a game too, that's like Wake Forest made shots. Don't get me wrong,
Thought they played
but like
well.
I mean they didn't like just bang a bunch of threes. I mean they did make 10, but like
They didn't shoot
30%.
well, but I thought they were up for the challenge. They responded to Michigan really well in this game, I thought.
Right, and also, I mean, we'll talk about Wake Forest in a little bit, but yeah, they like Juke Harris was making a lot of shots. Makai Mason made some shots, and they also just didn't back down in this basketball game to a team that Michigan's that front court is physically imposing. You can back down to that. You can be scared of that. To their credit, they just kind of kept going at it, kept making shots, and that's kind of how you stay in the basketball game. But yeah, to your point, it's more so it's like I use the word unacceptable. It's disappointing for a player of his talent level to play like that in this setting. And if they would have lost this game, it would have been if I'm Yaxel, I'm thanking all my teammates. I'm using half of my 4 million to get a Daymar a nice steak from Ann Arbor Chop House or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it would have been it would have been on him. Your best player laid a stinker as you lost to Wake Forest. Like that would have been astronomically bad. Now you hope he fixes it. Y'all are gonna need Yaxel for sure. So like you hope he fixes it. But it was just like it was so like nonchalant. Like even like the it he was like shooting 3-pointers like how you used to shoot like when it was 2 hours before the game and a couple baddies showed up courtside. You just throwing it up like ha ha Trey ball. It was just it was lackadaisical. And to your point, credit to Dusty for putting it on the bench because that's probably how they ended up winning the game. But yeah, it's just like you said, unacceptable. Really, straight up. Too talented, too highly paid to do that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm dealing with a socials thing right now. We just put a graphic out that says Purdue is the number one fraud in America, and I deleted it and then texting our team, "What are you doing?"
Oh, good God, man.
Just ridiculous. That's not at all what the segment was. And we podcast with their starting point guard. We can't do that. Good Lord. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I kind of blanked because I was dealing with that while you were saying it. Just did you echo that this was an unacceptable performance from
Yeah,
Yaxel?
yeah, I echoed it. Echoed it basically.
Okay. Let me ask you this: is it going to happen again?
Here's the thing. I'm concerned about Yaxel's mental makeup. And I think I might be jumping the gun here, but like we have seen guys be this talented, but the thing that holds them back somewhat is their approach to it. And you use the term like goofball. What if it's just kind of like he just, all right, is my talent gonna do it this game? All right, if it doesn't, then well, shucks.
Yeah. I don't think I know. I don't have enough data on the guy and how he's wired yet to answer
Yeah,
this.
and I'm not even saying that's a for sure thing, like stamp him, that's what he is. I'm just like something I'm putting in the back of my mind as I watch this throughout this year.
Yeah, I don't have enough data points on it to know. I mean, I know there are people who watched him last year who said he struggled in the Memphis games, which were the biggest games of UAB season. So
Oh, yeah, he did. He did because I was on UAB. He did.
he struggled. He also, I think we talked about the production in it though. He struggled to the tune of like 20 and 14. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so to me, this was just something I haven't seen. Point blank.
Mhm.
I have not seen Yaxel ever be this uninvolved in a basketball game.
Yeah.
And it does lead me to one of my Dusty based questions on this one. They started the three bigs. That was new. Michigan hadn't done that in the exhibitions. Clearly, that was an attempt to play Merez and Mara both in the starting lineup. Um, I've speculated that this could cause some issues, right? And I want to explain why. Let's just call this what it is. Mara's amazing. So we are at the point, it doesn't even matter what Merez does right now. Mara is too good. He has to start and play the whole game.
Mhm.
Mara's amazing. And Merez is my center. I think he's amazing. But if we're trying to do right by Merez and do what he came to Michigan to do and still believe in him and his future, you now have to play Merez next to Mara because Mara is amazing.
Mhm.
He's doing like literally there's a graphic that the numbers he's put up in two games, the only person who's done them in college basketball history is Tim Duncan. And now it's a dime Mara. Like, I can't even believe that's real, but it's real. Guess what? Dusty can coach centers that have skill. Like, this is very real. Mara's going to be amazing this year. So I think they're trying to force those guys into the spots they want. I think Merez wants to start, wants to play the four. Mara wants to start and is going to start because he's amazing. And I think you are trying to do right by them, and that means Yaxel's going to play the three. Now, if Yaxel's going to play the three card, that means now two things with this personnel group, right? Number one, he's going to have to hit shots from outside. He didn't do that in this game. He was 1 for 7 from three. I actually am okay with the volume, but his shot just looked funky. I'm hoping that he honestly is injured. I want him to be right, but I hope that's the explanation for why his shot looks so funky. It might not be. He's made jumpers in previous appearances for Michigan that look a lot better than this. I don't know what was going on. The more concerning part to me is this. So Mara's amazing, right?
Mhm.
6 assists in this game. Did you see what I see and how Michigan played in this game?
Like what? Letting him be like a creator?
Mara's going to have the ball the whole game.
Hmm.
And why should he not? He's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I know that's crazy to say, but like you got a 7'4" dude that can pass like that. Like they're going to use Mara. They're going to feature him. So if you're going to feature Mara and Elliot Kadau's also on the team, Yaxel's standing in the corner a whole lot.
Hmm.
And I hope I mean I trust Dusty May. I do trust Dusty May to figure this out and adjust it. But at least for one night, man, it looked like Yaxel was just approaching this game from like, well, my role on this team is to stand here and shoot. I'm gonna do my role. And I don't know if that's a pouty performance or what, but I know that for 90% of the game in half court possessions, Yaxel was standing in the corner.
Yeah.
So it's a waste of him, but at the same time, like I'm not sitting here being like, damn, they should have ran more through Yaxel. Like I saw the guy Christian, we love Christian at Ojack, ODG Hoops. He has a Yaxel National Player of the Year ticket. He's also a Wake Forest fan, so he was dialed into this game, live tweeting it, and he's basically condemning Dusty. He was like, that was a disaster how they used him. I trust Christian's mind. I don't know if he's right or wrong. The only thing I would say is this: with how good Mara was, I wasn't asking them to take the ball away from Mara. And can you really look at how Yaxel approached this game and say he deserved the ball more? He was so disengaged. I don't want to take the ball away from the dude who just had 18, 13, 6, and 5. Like, why would we do that? Yaxel needs to be more engaged if he wants to be the centerpiece of this team. So I put that more on Yaxel than I do Dusty, but I do think it was a direct result of going 3 big. And maybe that set the tone for all this disengagement that Yaxel had. What do you think of that?
Well, I think, when you look at it like that, it's like Dusty has a situation where he's got a $4 million player. He's got, and they're all in the front court, right? He has Mara, who is, I credit to Dusty. Mara's way more awesome than probably Dusty even thought early on. Like I text this to you. I was like, if Mara wasn't as soft as he is in some spots and not physical, he would legit be in the conversation for like a top 5 NBA draft pick. Legitly with the skill that he has. But and then also like you have Merez, who Dusty's not Dusty's not stupid. He saw Merez leave Illinois last year for a certain reason. If he doesn't utilize Merez, he's going to lose Merez. So it's like, it's a tough situation for Dusty to be in, to be honest with you. But he also made this bed, so he has to figure it out.
Well, it's also a good bad, to be clear.
Oh
Like,
yeah, oh great bed,
he
great bed.
shouldn't have done anything different with
Yeah,
the
no,
bed.
I'm
This
talking Tempur-Pedic, king size, California.
It's an amazing bed. He just needs to make sure we tuck in the sheets.
Gotta tuck in sheets.
And the sheets were not tucked tonight.
She's not tucked,
Pillows were not fluffed.
not fluffed.
Nothing good. Can I get your thoughts on Mara? Because listen, you and I, as this roster was being built, I think I've been very upfront about this. It's a roster built of guys I don't love. It's a roster built of guys that largely drive me crazy outside of Merez. And obviously, I like Yaxel on paper. But Mara, I mean, I had the lowest expectations for Mara when they got him from UCLA. I thought it was not Cronin's fault. I thought it was Mara's fault. I thought his motor was shit. I thought there were a bunch of issues that wouldn't work, and ultimately he would fall out of this rotation. Through exhibitions into 2 games, Mara looks like the star of this team. I don't think it's that crazy to say. I mean, he looks like the $4 million man that Yaxel's supposed to be. There's no other player in the country who can put up a line that he just put up. 18 points on 11 shots, largely all dunks and layups. His catch radius is ridiculous. You can throw the ball to the top of the backboard and he'll grab it.
Yeah,
He's still a little soft with his moves. If he wasn't soft, he'd be a lottery pick
yeah,
because
facts.
what he can do is insane. 13 rebounds, 5 offensive, 6 assists, and 5 blocks. I mean, point blank, I've never seen a big have a game like that. And this is Mara's second game in a Michigan uniform. I think it's actually reasonable to think he could get better than this in more time under Dusty. So you're a big man. You were with me on not believing in Mara when he got here.
Yeah,
What is your interpretation of how he started this season?
yeah, I'm a believer. I was wrong. But like I didn't this just wasn't it. And the thing is, it's funny, like people don't realize we talk a lot during these games, obviously, before we even get on here and talk about it. I was like, maybe he was just hurt last year or something, or like he just hated Westwood. I don't know. I'm looking at Cronin still. I'm sorry. Like I even said it. I'm like, you put this Mara with this year's UCLA team, they're disgusting for what it's worth. But congrats to Dusty in Michigan because they got one. He's a freak. He's a freak. He's 7'9". He catches everything. Even when he doesn't block shots, guys are throwing up 90 foot in the air floaters in order to make it because he's that tall. He can pass. He rebounds like you obviously given his size. You know, do you want him to be better? Do you want him to be like, you know, a stretch the floor guy maybe? Yeah, but that would also make him the number one NBA draft pick if he did that. That's just
Right.
nitpicky. So it's like to have the stat line that he had is absolutely ridiculous. I was watching, I'm like, God damn, doing
And
everything.
the thing is, it's not one of those misleading stat lines. Like if you watch this game, you felt every bit of his box score. Like
Yeah.
he was dominant.
Dusty did take him off the floor, and then he's like, okay, I can't.
Yeah, when he was off the floor, Michigan fell apart immediately.
Yeah.
And I hate that I'm saying that because I love Merez and I wish Yaxel had played better. But um, it's just it's special what he's doing right now. I have no idea if it's gonna last. I have no idea if it's gonna last. The Adai Mara that I thought I knew is a guy with wild swings from good to bad. So I listen. I'm still gonna be mentally prepared for when it swings to bad. Like I'm shocked this is what he looks like, but it also might just become a thing very similar to Danny last year, where like Dusty's really good with bigs that have skill, man. Like
Yeah.
at this point, how can you say otherwise with what he's done in the last 2 years from Danny and Vlad now to Mara and this? He's got to make it work with Yaxel Merez still, but again, it to me like I'm looking at those players. I'm looking really Merez was fine in this game. He didn't play great, but like I'm looking at Yaxel figure it out. This is not on Dusty to make you look good when Mara is this good. Like I didn't even want them to move away from Mara in the half court in this game. 5 blocks in back-to-back games is insane. He affected the final shot of the game too.
Mhm.
So like I think he had like endless shots he affected that didn't even touch the block sheet here. Rim protection looks elite. Rebounding looks better than I thought. It's got to just be a system fit defensively because yeah, it's absurd that Mick Cronin did not figure it out with this kid and instead said, "Give me Xavier Booker."
If I'm a UCLA fan, I am asked like I think I joked about it on Twitter. I'm at like I am if I'm working for Westwood Weekly, whatever the town newspaper is, it's my first question.
Yeah.
Like what the
Yep.
hell?
Yep. You hit on it, but 37 minutes is the most impressive part.
And he looked fine too, by the way.
Yep.
He was good.
I
It's
mean
good.
that
Like sometimes you expect guys like that to be like gas or something. He was fine.
he had played 30 minutes once in his career before this. He played exactly 30 minutes in a win over Washington last year. Point blank, it, the scout on Morrow was he can't play more than 24 minutes. He just shut that down immediately. We'll see if it lasts, but I mean, seriously, I don't know that I've ever seen a more surprising, brilliant performance to me than that. It's totally reshaping the way I think this Michigan team is. Now, at the same time, I would point out, truly, this team was supposed to be Yaxel's team.
Mhm.
I think if Yaxel's team is getting good Yaxel and also good Mara, they're not in a dogfight with Wake Forest.
Yeah.
So as special as this performance was from Mara, and honestly, I thought Kadau was very good. Card, I got a feeling that a Mara and Kadau led team might be in some dogfights this year, don't you?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly, yeah. Especially if those dog fights are going to look like 16% from three as well.
Right. Those guys were good. But like the version of this team that is like Mara and Kadau's team, I don't need that. Like Mara's great, but like those cannot be the two guys that are the best players night to night. It can't happen. They've
Yeah.
Mara can be, maybe Mara's sensational, and Kadau can be the table setter. But like you have to have the actual star, and you have to have shooters make shots, and clearly that didn't happen in this game. You mentioned 16% from three. Elliot Kadau was the only guy that hit two. He made two of five. One was off the dribble, one was a catch and shoot. What's he shooting on the year? He's okay, only 33%. He had one of the exhibition games. He hit a couple. He's 3 for 9 on the year. But Yaxel 1 for 7. Roddy Gale 1 for 3. The one he hit was a big one.
Yeah.
Everybody else. Merez 0 for 1. Namari 0 for 3. McKenny 0 for 4. Kaysen 0 for 1. Cheddar 0 for 1. 4 for 25 overall. What'd you see?
I mean, look, I think that, when we talked about Michigan shooting and like the guys that can do it, the guys that hit threes in this game are the guys that we didn't mention can do it, right? Like Elliot Cadeau leading your team in threes. To piggyback off you, that's probably what leads to a dogfight against Wake Forest. Namari only 0 for 3 in this game. He also only played 16 minutes. Gale finally hit one that was big, so who really cares? He hit the big one. Kaysen 0 for 1. Lendenborg 1 for 7. McKenny 0 for 4 with also some really bad misses, too. Like one that was so weird that it looked like a make on TV, but it was just an error off glass. It's just, I want to just know what this Michigan team is shooting because I think to your point, the best version, like the ceiling, the team that's going to be hard to beat is this front court combined with Michigan shooting the ball respectably or well. They didn't do that in this basketball game, obviously. Shooting that with a great ode to Michigan State shooting in this basketball game. Credit to Dusty for showing respect to my Spartans.
Yeah, I think there's a couple differences, and I'm not trying to defend the shooting because let me be extremely clear. I'm very worried about the shooting. I'm extremely worried about the shooting. Now, I was fighting Indiana fans in the live game thread in our Discord about this because have you noticed that Indiana fans are now experts on spacing?
Oh, are they? No way.
Indiana fans have decided that they get to condemn everyone else's spacing concerns because they lived through it and now they're spacing experts that they have a good coach. So, listen, I thought Michigan's spacing was fine. I know that sounds dumb. The shooting wasn't fine. The spacing was fine. I don't think there were any issues for Michigan like generating good shots. I thought they shot 65% at the rim. Morrow was 8 for 11. Like I didn't think it was crowded in the paint at all. I thought those bigs really did whatever they want. Maybe you could make the case that like Yaxel couldn't get anywhere, but to me, I really thought that was more Yaxel in here than it was anything Wake Forest did overly defensively. Wake Forest was trapping. They do that high pressure, try to force turnovers thing. Part of the trapping is how Mara ended up with so many assists. But in general, like, am I worried about spacing? Not in this game, no. I just thought Michigan missed all their shots.
Right.
And
I don't think it's a spacing issue. My worry would be like I thought there was really good looks,
really good threes they missed.
and like they were just off, like as
And
hell.
I don't think they're going to be a good shooting team. They're going to have a lot of guys that are not great shooters on the floor at times. But the question to me, I mean, last year's team was a bad shooting team too. They shot 33%. To me, like, it should be around that. There's going to be games you do this. And last year, to me, when they did this last year, they lost or they should have lost. We kind of said this in the Michigan State game, Cart, but to win a game where you hit 1-3 is like objectively impressive.
Mhm.
So for Michigan to go 16% on pretty open threes to me, like says something that they were still able to win the game in other areas. But yeah, I think the shot making is absolutely a concern. Uh, Reminder, they're one game removed from shooting 57% from three. Sometimes shots go in, sometimes they don't. I think this year's team is going to look a lot like last year's team in terms of shooting. It's going to be bad, but not diabolical. And if they can win on nights where they're diabolically bad, that's a blessing. The one thing I will say that is different than like other quote unquote bad shooting teams, they took 25 threes. They were good shots largely. McKenny was wide open. McKenny is a good shooter,
Mhm.
and he was airballing wide open threes. So Like, oh, we don't have enough shooters. McKennie's a shooter. He went 0 for 4 on wide open threes. Namari Burnett is an established shooter at this point. 0 for 3 on threes. And a couple of his were like from the logo. He should probably get closer to the line next time. Maybe that's why he was on the bench the final 15 minutes of this game. But I think there's a difference between like our personnel can't shoot versus our shooters miss shots tonight. And we ended up playing lineups without our shooters in it. Because down the stretch, they went to a Kadau, Gale, three big lineup, which I was watching actively like, well, shit. We got nothing. And that's actually the lineup where Gale hit the three. So I don't know. All that to say, I am worried about the shooting. Thought the shots they got were fine. And a big part of the performance tonight was the three quote unquote shooters going 0 for 8. Cheddar, Burnett, and McKennie went 0 for 8 on open threes.
Hmm. Yeah. And look, I think that, you know, would you like, you want to see like Michigan against a team like Wake Forest, like just beat their ass even if they can't shoot threes. Because I think even you in the preview, or maybe I said in the preview, they could not shoot and still beat teams given like their front court. But obviously the front court, Mara showed up. Rez played okay. I honestly didn't even realize that Merez had like 10 and 8 in it. I don't know. Maybe I was just so focused on Mara in this game and Yaxel being bad. But yeah, you know, even with shooting performances like that, you would like to see, them handle business against Wake Forest.
It was a tough night for Merez too, but that's to me like Merez on this team on a tough night gets you 10 and 8. Like he's still going to be productive even though he struggled. He had a lot of like short roll mistakes, like travels and just skill based
Yeah.
stuff he was supposed to make that he made mistakes on.
Yeah. I mean, you had 17 turnovers as a team. How do you feel about that number? I mean, I to be honest, it's like sometimes when I watch Michigan, it's like y'all had like these 20 turnover games, so 17 doesn't even feel that detrimental.
I thought it was horrible early. They had like 4 or 5 in the first 5 minutes, and then I thought for the rest of the first half, when they were, I mean, they were good for the rest of the first half, up 13 at half, right?
Mhm.
Um, I thought it was good. The boneheaded ones are the crazy ones. Like late, they're up 2, and Kadau throws it to Yaxel,
Yeah.
who's not looking.
It's like four in the like 14 of them came from your starting five.
Yeah. Can we talk
So
about the Kadau experience?
makes you want to pull your hair out like moments like that, but also like Greg, he gave you 17, 8, and 7.
Yeah, I want your full diagnosis on this performance because let me just kind of table set you from how I watched this. I thought Cadeau was very good.
Yeah, he was.
I also want to caveat this by saying I despise watching him. It's going to be the hardest thing for me with this team. He's still the same guy he was at Carolina to me, and it's not my brand of basketball. He flops
Mhm.
around. He honestly, I think he does dirty things. He hook and holds, and then he just gets you like 9 assists.
Oh, he
So
fouled Spillers out of this game single-handedly, I felt like.
he did. And listen, he was clutch. That's the thing. He had the bucket to tie in regulation. He had a steal where I swore when I saw it was a guy going up against Elliott defensively on the final possession of the game, I'm like he's gonna flop. He's gonna draw a blocking charge and lose us the game. Instead, he like makes a good play, gets a steal. So it's like the biggest conundrum to me. It's not for me. It's never going to be for me. I struggle with this team. I struggle enjoying my team because of who the point guard is. I'm fine to say that. I hope it changes. It's not changing right now. At the same time, I thought he was great. And I'm sitting here watching like the internet discuss this game in real time. And, CBK report tweets, it's only a matter of time till McKennie takes over for Kadau. You texted me the first half, like you want to trade one of your bigs for a point guard? Which I
No,
know,
no, 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 no. I didn't say that. I said a guard.
okay, I thought that meant like a Kadau shot.
No, I wouldn't even. That was like I'm trying to picture this team with like a star wing,
Okay.
like a star type of guard wing with this front court.
Star wing, I might feel differently about. You floated Boogie Flan, which to me meant point guard. But
Okay, now I was trying to come up with my head like in the portal, like who were like the star guard get in the portals.
Yeah, I get it. And listen, even like I was tweeting about Elliott at some point last night, and somebody responded to me and was like, I get why they did it, but I sure miss Trey right now. I want to be really clear. I don't miss Trey Donaldson at all. If you can't see that Elliott Kadau is an upgrade from Trey Donaldson, you're blind. And I don't mean to be mean about it, but it just is what it is. Um, it's not for me, and it's never going to be for me. He had 17, 8, and 7, Cart. And the internet wants me to believe Kadau was the problem or a huge issue for this team on a night where he had 17, 8, and 7. Don't make me defend this guy, y'all. Please, please do not do this. Please.
My turn.
Do you have anything else on it? I mean,
Well, here's what it is. He's good, and he has also flaws, and his flaws are infuriating because he does still flop around like a fish. He does the little dirty little things that we hated to see, but also at the same time, he's a good basketball player.
yeah, I mean, it feels like in our little world of this, our little nook of the world, Michigan State, Michigan, every game with one of these, somebody drops the like, oh, Kadau versus Fears is going to break the world.
Hmm.
Number one, they're right. It is. I've dropped that a lot in games before. I think we've said they're identical players multiple times on this channel. Maybe in certain ways they are. Fears is a lot tougher. I think you can trust Fears more. Kadau is more talented.
Hmm.
I think there are plays Kadau can make that Fears cannot,
Hmm.
but their approach to the game is similar. I'm going to flop around and win my team a game by that. I hate it. I hate both brands of basketball. With that said, I have to make this clear because I'm not doing this every game. I'm not doing this every time Elliott plays. I'm not getting like Fears in him. The day that Jeremy Fears has 17, 8, and 7, including two threes, a game tying bucket, and a steal on the final possession, I'll eat a shoe. I've never seen Fears do that. I don't know that he ever will. Okay? He's not Jeremy Fears. They do the same shit, but if you cannot see the value from Kadau after this game, I'm lost. I thought he was one of the reasons Michigan won the game.
I think we could discuss both players without mentioning the other.
That's fair. You want to agree to those terms?
I can agree to it. I did honestly. I probably started this. I did start it because I did quote tweet you and said I just got fouled by Ellie Cadeau, and honestly, I think that set things off.
You deserve to do that also. It's like, yeah, good tweet. It was funny.
Yeah.
So
So, but like, here's the thing.
I don't want to do this every game. I'm not,
We don't have to.
because I don't want to come on here and defend Kadau. I hate doing
I don't
this.
think we have to. I think we could. I honestly we could. I think you got that out there now, and we got that out there right now. But for the sake of your sanity, your volume, and this being your point guard, I don't think we should do that moving forward because it's this is what it is, and this is without mentioning my point guard. Cadeau is good. Cadeau was a five-star recruit.
He's good.
Dog, I used to watch Kadau film of him when he was in AAU and everything like that, and at the prep level, I'm like, dog, this kid is ridiculous. He's a uber athlete who passes, and yeah, the jumper's not there, but like he is good. He's
And,
good.
and his issues, I know like the flopping gets the big thing from the games I'm watching here of him in Michigan. His issues are the he loses his mind shit.
Right. And that's what's going to kill you because honestly, for you, this is a win for Cadeau. This would have been the perfect game for him to have 17, 8, and 7. And then the bonehead Cadeau moment was the one that loses you the game to your point with it, like you just said, but it didn't. So
Yeah.
we move on. But
Well,
like
and he was genuinely clutch after that. He had the giveaway
yes.
to Yaxel, and then he had a great baseline drive for two and a steal.
No,
So
I know I said that Yaxel needs to get Mara a fillet from from the chop house. I think Elliot Cadeau deserves something. Maybe not a steak, but like a side.
yeah, why don't we just give the remaining 3.8 million to Mott Children's Hospital? I'd be cool with that.
Just go ahead and donate it to a greater cause.
I think there's better uses for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I can think of it.
yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
Um,
Oh, I did have one thing that I had in the back of my head. Uh, what's up with the offensive rebounding?
It wasn't as noticeable as the box score to me, but
I didn't know that. Well, in the first half, it was noticeable, like them just getting to the ball before y'all a little bit.
yeah.
Um, but like when I look back at it, and honestly, I didn't even notice until I just was talking through it just now. They had 18 of them.
This might be a cop out. Wake attempted 84 shots. So if I have my math correct on this, Michigan rebounded 50 and gave up 18 offensive rebounds. So I don't think like I don't you know what I'm saying? Like there were a lot of shots in this game. Like maybe more so than normal. I don't know. Was that the craziest percentage of offensive rebounds ever, or is my math wrong on this? Because it didn't feel like they were getting killed on the offensive boards.
Crazy you're leaning on me for that.
It didn't feel like they were getting killed on the offensive boards. 18 is objectively high, but like Michigan had 37 defensive rebounds.
Yeah, I can get with that. It's just like when you see that 18 number.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
they rebounded.
I never expect Michigan to get like even honestly, I was surprised that Wake Forest was as close as they were in the
They
rebounding category.
they rebounded a third of the shots missed in this game. I don't even know. Is that high? Is that low? Is
I
it?
once again, not knowing your personnel, couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I mean, they're also that's lower than Wake's average on the season. Wake's averaging 38% offensive rebounding rate. They were like 32% in this game. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just a high number. It's a high possession game would be my
Yep.
guess. But
Makes sense.
how worried should I be to end this?
Uh, I mean, if you're not worried about Yaxel, then I wouldn't necessarily. Oh, what about the defensive stuff?
I thought Wake was up for it. I wasn't overly mad at the defense except for Yaxel. Yaxel's defense was a disaster. But I thought Kadau was pretty good defensively. Mara was amazing defensively. Um, I didn't really have individual things I was overly mad at. Juke Harris is good. I thought Calmise, he was 1 for 10 from two, but like he got
I
some tough buckets.
was gunning.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wasn't all that upset defensively. Held him to 38% from two, 29% from three.
Okay. Yeah, that was the last thing I had.
Yeah. Miles Colvin, quickly, he can still
Huh.
he can still dunk.
He can still dunk, but Forbes doesn't realize that he's very dunky dunk three centric.
Steve Forbes has no idea he can't dribble. In fact, on the final possession, Colvin, who was like on fire, Forbes very clearly was just like, "Oh, go take a shot. Like final shot, it's you." And Colvin just dribbled to the sideline and looked like this. And Forbes was like, "What are you doing?" And then they finally took a timeout, and Miles probably went to the huddle and was like, "Coach, I can't do that." Like, I felt bad for him. He had a really good game. On a serious note, I think Purdue's going to miss him a little bit. They're going to miss like the size and
Just
athleticism.
that athleticism, and I'm not even over here saying like, oh, the Miles Coleman will be starting. I'm just saying like having that level of athlete who can also knock down shots is something that I think would be a a positive to have.
Yeah, I'm not saying he should have stayed, but to lose him and Heidi together and basically replace them with a bunch of small guards, like
Yeah,
I can promise you this, no one on Purdue this year is going to rise above the Michigan front court like Colvin did. So
yeah. Dunk was nasty.
he was sensational. I have a last thing on this, and I'll answer the question I asked you. I'm very concerned,
Mhm.
and it's not all that on court related.
Oh, is this the thing we talked about?
I'm very concerned. I think I've seen enough, and I don't know how to personally deal with it this year. But Illinois is not the Real Housewives team this year. It's Michigan.
Mm.
It's a special season 4 of Real Housewives, Real Housewives of Ann Arbor cart.
I didn't even know it was stretching. Usually we stay in Champaign. We're stretching to another city.
There's a lot of personalities. There's a lot of agendas. There's a lot of just different things going on with this group, man. Like just to name a few. Kadau should be happy right now. He will be happy, but you can't trust him to like not lose his brain any second.
Mm.
Mara is obviously happy. I don't think there's going to be any issues with Mara. Merez, I think was fine, but I think he's going to have to come to terms with the fact that the stuff he wants to do isn't going all that well.
Yeah, I wish in our little prediction segment I did Merez. How many points would I get for Merez post practice film of him cooking Yaxel?
Yeah, like I just think there's going to be a point where Merez wakes up and is like, "Oh shit, I'm the third best big here." And
Hmm.
oh shit, Mara's doing all the things I said I want to do. Like
Hmm.
they're gonna have to deal with that. Yaxel looks like he wants to go home. I like, and all the reports are like he's not a practice player. So if he's not good at practice and now he's bringing this to the games, is he just cashing checks? Does the rest of the team resent that when they know there's a $4 million guy that's not doing shit? Meanwhile, I mean, God bless Trey McKenney. I think he's going to be fine. Trey McKenney was airballing wide open threes in this game, fouling in big spots defensively. And Winters Grady, another 4-star freshman that's here to shoot, is sitting there not taking his warm ups off and then retweeted his own tweet from months earlier saying, "Don't forget." Like my end of the bench guys are like psychos. And I listened to the Dusty May presser after, and he like spoke on it. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, if guys out of the rotation right now aren't all that happy, they should just put their head down and work, and it'll probably work out. Otherwise, it probably won't." So, like, okay, this is where we're at 1 game into this, as my team almost loses to Miles Colvin and Steve Forbes. I think this season is going to be too much for me to handle, man. I'm able to watch it from afar and laugh when it's Illinois. This is going to be Michigan this year. They're going to be chaotic evil at all times. And by the way, mixed with all of this, this is new. This is a new thing I experienced last night that I didn't know. There's more separate groups of people hate watching Michigan this year than I have ever experienced.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
And it's totally justified, right? Indiana's hate watching this team because Dusty May turned them down.
Yep.
Illinois hate watching this team because we took
Merez.
Merez.
Yep.
Purdue's hate watching this team because we're acting like we're on their heels and we try to get Braden.
Hmm.
Michigan State's hate watching this team because we're Michigan.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this, man.
Yeah. The thing is though, the uncomfortable part of this that we don't want to answer. This is Banks' fault. This is Banks' Michigan.
This
He's
is
chaotic
Banks.
evil, and this is his Michigan.
This team is the embodiment of my 8-month-old son.
This is Banks' first Michigan team, right?
Yep.
Yep, that they're embodying him. This is what it is.
You know, I got to say, as many people are hate watching this group, I don't know if anyone's doing it more than me. I'm serious. I
They're,
know you
they're
think I'm
they're
kidding.
they're trying to hate more than you. They can't do. They can't do it.
When I tell you I can't stand most of the players on this team that I now have to pretend I root for, I'm just like the only guy that I enjoy watching is Merez here.
What about Mara?
He's fun. He's very good. I was wrong about him.
That's about it though.
Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through, man.
I was about to say this is. No, you got a banner.
Roddy Gale's the most emotionally stable person on my team.
Okay, see now that you didn't need to say out loud.
And that leads me to my final point. Dusty, this is a direct message from me to you, my friend. If someone watches this that can get this in front of Dusty May, please do it. I rarely want to talk to the big honcho directly, but here we are. Dustin, please do this for me. If we're gonna go down to Wake Forest, can we go down with the culture on the court? Because
Mhm.
I would rather be in a dogfight against these type of opponents, knowing that some guys I trust that have been through it and won for this team are not relegated to the bench to watch a $4 million guy pout.
Mm.
Namari Burnett did not touch the court in the final 20 minutes. Will Cheddar was bad, and both those guys were bad. I want to be clear. They didn't exactly earn more minutes, but we are going down like doubling and tripling down on these psychopaths who did not earn the trust yesterday. Outside of Mara and Kadau, like it was a disaster performance from everybody. So that's a direct ask from me, coach. Please talk me off the ledge.
Yeah, but you won.
2-0, baby.
2-0. Welcome.
Wolverine Deacon chance.